3:17, the numbers glow, soft blue light across the wall. I haven't moved for hours now, just listening to the dark. Your side of the bed is cold, like it's trying not to remember the shape you left behind before we learned to let go. I type your name and let it fade. I'm still awake at 3:17, talking to a space where you've been. Nothing loud, nothing breaks, just the sound the silence makes. Every second stretching thin. I'm still awake. There's a cup beside the bed, cold coffee, I forgot again. I thought staying up would help, but it only brings you closer. The city moves without us now, cars pass like distant waves. Everything keeps going on except this room. Maybe this is how it heals, not dramatic, not loud, just staying still long enough for the ache to soften. I don't cry, I don't reach, I just breathe slowly and let the night exist. I'm still awake at 3:17, letting the darkness settle in. Nothing ends, nothing starts, just unfinished hearts somewhere underneath my skin. I'm still awake, still here, still not sleeping. Rain on the hospital window keeps drawing lines I cannot follow. Thin silver trails under fluorescent light. The hallway hums in low electricity. Footsteps pass without looking in. Your name glows softly on the monitor. Green numbers rising and falling. I sit in a chair that feels too small for the weight of staying. Outside the glass, the city keeps breathing. Cars move through wet intersections. Somewhere people are laughing, somewhere doors are closing. But in this room, time stretches wide and unfinished, like it's waiting for permission to continue. I hold your hand, careful not to move too much, careful not to disturb the quiet. Rain keeps falling down against the silent town. I don't ask for miracles, I don't bargain with the sky. I just stay here, counting breaths, watching shadows shift. Rain keeps falling down, and I stay. The vending machine coffee cools untouched, paper cups soft in my hands. A nurse adjusts the blanket slightly and nods without speaking. Machines answer each other in patient little tones, like they've rehearsed this night 1,000 times before. Your fingers rest inside my palm, warmer than the room expects. I lean closer, just enough to let my voice reach you. I talk about ordinary things, the grocery list, the neighbor's dog, the way the rain smelled last Sunday. Nothing dramatic, nothing loud, just words placed gently. Rain keeps falling down across the empty ground. I don't need a sign, I don't need a sound. If love is only this remaining in the chair, then let it be enough that I am here. If breathing could be shared, I would divide mine slowly. If strength could be transferred, I would send it quietly. But all I really have is presence. So I stay through the beeping, stay through the shifting lights, stay through the small hours when night feels endless. I don't measure hope, I don't measure fear, I only measure the rhythm of your chest rising. Rain against the window, soft but constant, like it understands that some battles are fought without noise. I don't promise tomorrow, I don't demand answers, I just sit beside you and let the dark exist. Rain keeps falling down, no applause, no sound, just water on glass and minutes passing. If morning chooses to arrive, it will find me here, hand in hand, still and near. Rain keeps falling down, and I stay, I stay, I stay, I stay. Midnight used to feel electric, like the road was ours to take. Windows down in city, breathing, every turn a small escape. Street lights sliding across your face, gold against the glass. Radio playing something soft we said would always last. The highway lines were endless, like we never need to choose. Every mile felt weightless, with nothing left to lose. Now the same road stretches wider, colder somehow. Midnight feels different now, I don't know exactly how. Same old moon above the street, but it doesn't move like it used to. Midnight feels different now, quieter than before. I drive past familiar corners, but I don't slow down. Your apartment window flickers on the edge of town. I keep both hands upon the wheel, breathing steady low, so memories don't disappear. still plays our songs, but softer in the mix. Like even they remember how fragile it all is. Nothing dramatic, nothing loud, just absence. Midnight feels different now, less alive, more allowed to sit beside the empty seat without reaching out. Midnight feels different now, but it's still midnight. Maybe this is what it means to grow around a loss, to let the shape of something remain without the cost. Not cutting, not burning, just slowly rearranging. The sky hasn't changed, the asphalt stays the same. Only the echo shifts when I say your name inside my head and let it fade. Midnight feels different now, but I'm learning how to let the silence drive without turning back. Same old moon above the street, watching from above. Midnight feels different now, and I let it be enough. I didn't plan to say it. It slipped between the lines, between the hum of the heater and the late night headlines. Your eyes didn't widen, you didn't pull away. You just kept listening, like it was okay. I heard it in your breathing before the words were clear. Some truths don't need volume to be sincere. The room felt smaller, but not unsafe. Like honesty had entered without a wave. We stay seated, we don't move, we let it land. Low volume confessions, barely crossing the room. No dramatic tension, no sudden bloom. Just quiet admissions in the dark. Low volume hearts, low volume hearts. We sit on opposite corners of the same small couch, close enough for silence to say too much. Your fingers trace the fabric, mine rest on my knee. Neither reaching fully for what this could be. No raised voices, no surprise, just breathe. Low volume confessions, nothing to defend. Not asking for forever, not pushing for an end. Just something gently spoken, without a spark. Low volume hearts. If I lean a little closer, would you stay the same? If I answer honestly, would it shift our frame? Some feelings live better without a crowd, without a stage, without being loud. We don't need to name it to know it's there. We don't need to chase it through open air. Low volume confessions floating in between. Not promises, not questions, just something unseen. Low volume, but real, and staying still. You inhale like you're ready, then let it fade. Words gathering quietly, unmade. Your eyes hold something fragile near the edge of sound, like a door half open but never fully found. The lamp beside the sofa cast a steady glow. Your shadow moves slightly across the floor below. I can hear it forming before it disappears. It's the sound of almost saying it, the breath before the fall, the silence after meaning when you don't speak at all. Almost, but not quite, still hanging in the night. Your fingers trace the fabric of the sleeve you wear. I watch the smallest motions like they're rare. We sit inside the balance between truth and fear. Sometimes the loudest feeling is the one we never hear. Outside a car passes slowly, headlights drift away, leaving us exactly where we stay. No interruption, no demand, just space. It's the sound of almost saying it, resting on your tongue. A fragile kind of honesty that stays forever young. Almost, but not quite, still breathing in the night. If you whispered now, I would listen. If you turned away, I would understand. Some words grow heavier when released. Some feelings live better unfinished. We don't need to force it. We don't need to prove that every thought inside us has to move. Let it hover gently between me and you. Not lost, not spoken, just true. It's the sound of almost saying it, soft against the air. Not regret, not confession, just something shared. Almost, There's a space between your words where something always lingers. Not anger, not love, just something unfinished. I hear it when you breathe, right before you answer. Like your heart needs time to decide what to hide. It's not loud, but it stays in the quiet between heartbeats, where goodbye and hope both meet. Nothing breaks, nothing bleeds, it just quietly recedes in the quiet. You and me. We sit across the table, hands close but never touching. The room hums softly, like it understands. You look at me the same, but not exactly. There's distance in your eyes that wasn't there before. Maybe love doesn't leave, it just lowers its voice, becomes something smaller, something careful, something that doesn't ask for much, just presence, just breathing across from each other. In the quiet between heartbeats, where the silence slowly speaks. If you ever turn around and miss what we have found, I'll be here in between. There's a space between your words where something always lingers. Not anger, not love, just something unfinished. I hear it when you breathe, right before you answer. Like your heart needs time to decide what to hide. It's not loud, but it stays in the quiet between heartbeats, where goodbye and hope both meet. Nothing breaks, nothing bleeds, it just quietly recedes in the quiet. You and me. We sit across the table, hands close but never touching. The room hums softly, like it understands. You look at me the same, but not exactly. There's distance in your eyes that wasn't there before. Maybe love doesn't leave, it just lowers its voice, becomes something smaller, something careful, something that doesn't ask for much, just presence, just breathing across from each other. In the quiet between heartbeats, where the silence slowly speaks. If you ever turn around, we have found, I'll be here in between. There's a space between your words where something always lingers. Not anger, not love, just something unfinished. I hear it when you breathe right before you answer, like your heart needs time to decide what to hide. It's not loud, but it stays in the quiet between heartbeats, where goodbye and hope both meet. Nothing breaks, nothing bleeds, it just quietly recedes. In the quiet, you and me. We sit across the table, hands close but never touching. The room hums softly, like it understands. You look at me the same, but not exactly. There's distance in your eyes that wasn't there before. In the quiet between heartbeats, where goodbye and hope both meet. Nothing breaks, nothing bleeds, it just quietly recedes. In the quiet, you and me. but the waves just drift away. Nothing left for me to say. Can you hear me far away? Through the echoes that take aim. In the silence I remain, drifting through the soundless rain. For 12 and the cafe lights are softer than the street. Chairs stacked halfway to closing, but we're still in our seats. Steam rises from your cup, then disappears, like every thought you hesitate to make clear. Outside the glass, the avenue is almost empty now. A single car moves slowly without a sound. We don't check the time, though we know it. Coffee at 4:12 a.m. We don't say where this has been. Let the bitterness remain on the edge of what we mean. Coffee at 4:12 a.m. Nothing more, nothing less. You talk about small things, work and passing days. I listen to the pauses more than what you say. Your hands wrap around the cup like it's keeping you warm, like warmth is something fragile in another form. The barista wipes the counter, pretends not to see how late night conversations refuse to leave. Maybe we won't call tomorrow, maybe we will. Maybe this is just a quiet kind of thrill. No declarations, no design, just shared silence and borrowed time. Coffee at 4:12 a.m. Holding what we won't name. Let it cool, let it stand between your hand and mine. Coffee at 4:12 a.m. and we let it be enough. No fireworks above the roof, no summer sky exploding, just the hum of the refrigerator and the quiet of the evening. You lean against the counter, arms folded close. Nothing cinematic, nothing exposed. The neighbor's television flickers through the wall. Someone laughs somewhere, but it feels small. The kitchen light is softer than it used to be. Or maybe it's just us breathing carefully. We don't reach, we don't retreat, we stay. No fireworks, just us. No glitter, no rush, just breathing in sync at the edge of the sink. No fireworks, just us. You rest your head on my shoulder, like it's always belonged. I don't say anything clever, nothing strong. Your fingers draw slow circles on the back of my hand. Some kinds of love don't need to expand. The window shows our reflection, dim and small. Two shapes in a quiet room, that's all. No audience, no applause, just pause. No fireworks, just us. No sudden spark, just steady warmth inside the dark. No fireworks, just breathe, just touch. Maybe we won't post about it, maybe no one will know how steady feels deeper than any glow. No countdown, no bright display, just dishes drying at the end of the day. Let the sky keep its color, let the crowd chase light. We'll keep this small tonight. No fireworks, just us. No glitter, no rush, just heartbeats close in a quiet room. No fireworks, just us. Still, still. When the piano almost disappears into the sound of the room, keys barely brushing the air, afraid to bloom. Your silhouette by the curtain moves with the tone, soft enough to miss if left alone. Each note lingers longer than it should, falling into corners of quiet wood. I listen closer to what remains. When the piano almost fades into the quiet it made, that's where I find you between the notes, not in the loudest part, close. We don't need a full arrangement, we don't need applause, just this fragile pattern without cause. Your hand rests near my shoulder, then measure, refusing to stay. The reverb carries farther than the sound, spreading something gentle around. No crescendo, no rise, just time. When the piano almost fades and the melody thins, I feel the space widen under my skin. When the piano almost disappears, you feel near. Let the reverb hold it, what we won't say. Let the empty measures stay. Not every ending needs a chord, not every silence needs a word. Some songs dissolve slowly into air, not broken, not repaired, just resting somewhere unseen, in between. When the piano almost disappears into the late night air, that's when it feels most real, not strong, not bright, just near. When the piano almost disappears, I stay and listen still. Blue looks different at 2 a.m. Blue looks different at 2 a.m. Darker than it did before. The walls absorb the color slowly, like they've seen the shade before. Your jacket on the chair still carries winter air. I don't turn the lights on, I let the shadows stare. The ceiling holds its silence, careful not to move. Every quiet object here still remembers you. Nothing dramatic, nothing loud, just blue. Blue looks different at 2 a.m. Colder on my skin. Not the color of the sky, but the space you're not in. It spreads across the room without a single sound. Blue looks different now, since you're not around. I scroll without intention, let the screen go dim. Messages unsent, edges growing thin. Outside a siren passes, then fades away. Even the noise of strangers doesn't choose to stay. The mirror keeps reflecting someone I don't name. Soft around the corners, but not the same. Maybe blue was always here, just softer in the light. Maybe love was never loud, just warm at night. I don't cry, I don't fall. I just notice how the color fills it all. Blue looks different at 2 a.m. Settling in the dark. Not a storm, not a wave, screen glows against the dark. Lines of logic stacked in rows. I press enter and lean back while the progress window grows. The fan hums inside the case like it's thinking for me. Somewhere in this quiet room, it's almost 3. Your photo still lives in a minimized frame. I haven't closed it, but I don't say your name while the code compiles. I don't move while the code compiles. Time stands still. Errors I can fix, but not this, not will. The cursor blinks in patient light while the code compiles. I stay the night. Functions call each other like we used to do. Every missing bracket feels too close to you. I read the lines again, slow and deliberate. Some bugs are simple, some just wait. The build completes, a quiet tone. Success appears, but I'm alone. If feelings were syntax, I'd rewrite mine. Indent the pain, make it a line. But nothing debugs what silence keeps. Nothing restores what memory repeats. While the code compiles, I sit and stare. Green text on black going nowhere. The program runs, the night goes on. While the code compiles, you're gone. You're gone. Yellow lines across the page, careful strokes I underline. Words about persistence, but they echo something mine. The library is breathing in a hush of turning sheets. Your chair across the table moves with quiet feet. You don't look up often, but when you do, the air shifts slightly like it knew. I keep my focus steady on the page. Highlighter marks and heartbeats side by side. Nothing spoken out loud, nothing to hide. Just the rhythm of pens and borrowed time. Highlighter marks and mine. You tap your pencil lightly, thinking through a line. I pretend I'm reading, but I'm tracing you in my mind. The clock above the doorway ticks without concern. Some lessons take a chapter, some you never learn. The margin fills with color, soft and neat, but my pulse is louder underneath. Maybe this is enough, sharing the same light, different books, same night. Not asking for a future, not drawing a plan, just sitting across from you. As long as I can, highlighter marks and heartbeats, quiet and slow. Not a confession, just a glow. When the lights go dim and we both leave, highlighter marks stay with me. The harbor lights are blurred tonight, like someone lowered the lens. Boats sway without direction, tied but not quite friends. Your coat brushes against my hand, but neither of us moves. The fog erases edges of the words we never use. The ocean breathes in silver, soft against the pier. I hear you clear your throat, but nothing becomes clear. Street lamps draw small circles on water going gray. We stand inside the quiet, letting sentences decay. No fight, no blame, just stare between our names. There's fog between us, not a storm, not a wave, just something warm, turning cold before it falls. Fog between us, it says it all. I almost say I miss you before you're even gone, but the mist rearranges the courage on my tongue. Ships move without warning, fading from the shore. Maybe love is leaving without a closing door. Your shadow blends with mine and slowly slips away. We don't ask for reasons, we don't ask to stay. The tide keeps doing what it's always done, coming closer, then undone. If we speak, it might break this fragile kind of space, so we let the silence take its place. No tears, no sound, just damp air. All around, there's fog between us, soft and thin, not outside, but settling in. We don't chase, we don't resist, we disappear inside the mist. Faded pictures in my mind, moments slowly left behind. Every memory feels so far, like a distant quiet star. Voices echo soft and low, from a place I used to know. Time has taken what was mine, left me here between the lines. Still I hold the things I fear, even if they're not so real. In the past I try to find pieces of a car Piano hasn't been tuned since last December's cold. Dust rests on every key, like stories left untold. I press one softly, it answers back. Not wrong, just slightly off track. Your scarf is still on the wooden chair, like you stepped outside for air. Nothing shattered, nothing loud, just time. The piano almost forgot us, almost let it fade. The melody we used to hum, the promises we made. It trembles when I touch it, like it's unsure of what to choose. The piano almost forgot us, but I still remember you. The curtains barely move when it stays inside. I sit where you were sitting on the quieter side. I don't play the chorus we used to repeat, I just let single notes meet. The room doesn't argue, it doesn't defend, it holds every echo without an end. If love were louder, it would have broken, but ours was low, rarely spoken. Not dramatic, not a scene, just two shadows in between. The piano almost forgot us, but not quite yet. Some chords still lean toward regret. I close the lid, the sound goes thin. The piano almost forgot where we've been.
City lights begin to fade. In the quiet night we made, every moment drifting slow. Nowhere left I need to go. Empty streets and silent air, shadows moving everywhere. In the glow I start to see what this night has done to me. stay in the glow of fading light. We get lost in endless night. Feel the rhythm soft and slow. In the calm I finally see this is where I'm meant to be.
Soft light spill across the pavement, neon trembling in shallow rain. Taxi tires move like whispers through the thin and silver lanes. Windows glow in quiet rows stacked above the avenue. Every room a different story, none of them about you. I walk half a step behind you, hands inside my coat, breath dissolving into winter. Words we never wrote. We don't rush, we don't slow, we just let the city flow. Under soft light we stay small, no shadows on the wall. No promises to keep, no promises to break, just footsteps out of sync on streets that never sleep. Under soft lights, just breathing. A convenience store reflection catches half your face. Red and blue fluorescent flicker softens every trace. You look different in this hour, less guarded, less defined, like the night has taken edges from the corners of your mind. Buses pass without stopping, trains hum underground. Somewhere laughter rises briefly, then falls back down. We don't explain, we don't defend, we let the moment bend. Under soft lights we remain, somewhere between loss and gain. Not lovers in a film, not strangers on a train, just two unfinished thoughts drifting in the rain. Under soft lights, unspoken. Maybe love isn't fireworks, maybe it's restraint. Walking side by side without the need to paint a brighter version of ourselves for anyone to see. Let the city keep its noise, we'll keep this quietly. Your shoulder almost touches mine, but doesn't need to prove anything more than presence, anything more than truth. Not dramatic, not loud, just steady. Under soft lights we stay near. No future, no fear, just pavement under feet and distant traffic sighs. If morning comes too soon, we won't apologize. Under soft light, still breathing, still small, still here. across the pavement, neon trembling in shallow rain. Taxi tires move like whispers through the thin and silver lanes. Windows glow in quiet rows, stacked above the avenue. Every room a different story, none of them about you. I walk half a step behind you, hands inside my coat, breath dissolving into winter, words we never wrote. We don't rush, we don't slow, we just let the city flow. Under soft lights we stay small, no shadows on the wall, no promises to keep, no promises to break, just footsteps out of sync on streets that never sleep. Under soft lights, just breathing. A convenience store reflection catches half your face, red and blue fluorescent flicker softens every trace. You look different in this hour, less guarded, less defined, like the night is taking edges from the corners of your mind. Buses pass without stopping, trains, some underground, somewhere laughter rises briefly, then falls back down. We don't explain, we don't defend, we let the moment bend. Under soft lights we remain, somewhere between loss and gain. Not lovers in a film, not strangers on a train, just two unfinished thoughts drifting in the rain. Under soft lights, unspoken. A convenience store reflection catches half your face, red and blue fluorescent flicker softens every trace. You look different in this hour, less guarded, less defined, like the night is taking edges from the corners of your mind. Buses pass without stopping, trains hum underground, somewhere laughter rises briefly, then falls back down. We don't explain, we don't defend, we let the moment bend. Under soft lights we stay small, no shadows on the wall, no promises to keep, no promises to break, just footsteps out of sync on streets that never sleep. Under soft lights, just breathing. A convenience store reflection catches half your face, red and blue fluorescent flicker softens every trace. You look different in this hour, less guarded, less defined, like the night is taking edges from the corners of your mind. Buses pass without stopping, trains hum underground, somewhere laughter rises briefly, then falls back down. We don't explain, we don't defend. Under soft lights we stay small, no shadow. Morning comes without color, just a pale and finished sky. The ocean is already moving before I open my eyes. Salt rests on the balcony rail, thin and crystalline. I taste it in the silence like something once mine. Your suitcase by the doorway, zipped but still here. We said we'd leave early, but we stayed another year. The tide kept coming inward, then quietly withdrew, like it was practicing what we would soon do. No storm warning, no raised voice, just a gradual choice. There's salt in the morning air, clinging to my skin. Not sharp enough to hurt, but strong enough to sink in. It settles on the surface of everything we were. Salt in the morning air, soft and unsure. You stand beside the window, watching fishing boats return. Engines low and steady, with nothing left to burn. I count the seconds slowly, between what's said and not. The space becomes familiar, more than what we've got. Your shadow touches mine, then slides away again. We've learned to move like strangers who still pretend. There's salt in the morning air, floating through the room. Not heavy like goodbye, not light enough for bloom. It rests on cups of coffee, on the sheets undone. Salt in the morning air says we're almost done. Maybe love was always like this, a shoreline shifting shape, not breaking in a moment, but changing grain by grain. We didn't lose each other in one dramatic wave. We misplaced pieces quietly, we tried too hard to save. If I reach for your hand now, it won't refuse, but it won't stay there. It already knows the news. So we stand in the early light, not touching, not apart, with salt in the open air and distance in the heart. There's salt in the morning air, lingering thin and wide, not asking us to fight, not asking us to hide. The sea keeps moving forward like it always will. Salt in the morning air, and everything is still. The clock above the doorway pretends it doesn't move. We underline definitions like they might improve. Your handwriting leans left, mine barely stays in line. We share the same highlighter, but not the same time. The heater hums beneath us, carpet thin and worn. We talk about the future like it's already born. But every time you laugh, you lower your voice, as if even happiness needs a careful choice. We don't say forever, we don't say when. We studied until the lights went out, until the room went gray, until the silence gathered what we couldn't say. Books closed one by one, the campus hallway, footsteps disappear. The vending machine flickers like it's unsure we're here. You brush your hand against mine, only by mistake. We both pretend it's nothing, for caution's sake. The last page of the chapter feels heavier than before. We've learned all the answers, but still unsure. We studied until the lights went out, until the chairs grew cold, until the future in our mouths was careful and controlled. We packed our notes in silence, side by side. Studied until the lights went out and let it slide. Maybe this is how it stays, two people sharing light, not crossing any border, not claiming any right. Just pages turning softly, breathing in the same space, close enough for warmth, far enough for grace. We studied until the lights went out, until the hallway dimmed, until the words we memorized began to blur at the rim. We walked into the night without a sound, studied until the lights went out and kept it down. Golden light begins to fade, soft as shadows gently laid, every color turning slow into something warm and low, in between the day and there's a calm, a quiet light. Every breath begins to slow, letting everything just flow. Moments drifting out of time, like a soft and silent rhyme. In this space I start to see what this stillness means to me. Let it fade into the night, hold the calm and hold it tight. In the silence I can find peace inside a restless mind. free from all the hidden pain. Let it fade, don't rush away. Let the moment gently stay. In this light I finally see, this is where I want to be. Yeah, The room is breathing slowly, curtains half undone, street light through the window, soft and amber toned. Your glass is sweating lightly on the wooden floor, neither of us asking what we came here for. You lean against the counter like you always known how silence fills a distance without a tone. Your fingers trace a circle on the edge of space. I feel it from across the room without a chase. No rush, no claim, just warmth without a name. It's velvet after midnight, smooth against the skin. Not fire, not thunder, just letting you in. Slow breath, low light, everything unspoken right. Velvet after midnight stays inside. Your shadow on the ceiling moves when you do. Every small adjustment pulls me closer to you. The music barely whispers underneath our feet, a rhythm soft enough to keep it discreet. I step into your orbit, careful not to fall. You don't close the distance, but you don't step back at all. We hover in the center of something undefined, close enough to feel it, far enough to be kind. Velvet after midnight settles in the air, not a declaration, not a dare, just skin remembering where to stay. Velvet after midnight won't fade away. If morning comes too quickly, we won't complain. We never called it love, we never gave it a name. Some things live better without the light, soft as fabric in the night. It's velvet after midnight, low and slow. No need for promises, no need to know. Just breath near breath without a fight. Velvet after midnight feels right. Feels right.
This is where I'm meant to be.
Every note just floats with ease, carried gently by the breeze. Clovers say while I'm there, buttons hanging everywhere. In this space I feel at home. Never need to roam more. It allows that miss the sun. General rhythms all around. In this calm I start to see life in simple harmony. Stay a while, don't move too fast. Let the moment gently last. In this quiet, in this place, time begins to slow its pace. Take it in and let it be. Simple, soft and naturally. In the warmth of this embrace, I can find my resting place. Stay a while, don't rush away. Let the music softly play. In this corner, calm and deep, I can finally drift to sleep. You sit across the table, hands wrapped around your tea. Steam rises in between us like a memory. The restaurant is quiet, silverware is strained. We talk about the weather like nothing's changed. Your voice is even softer than it used to be. Careful with each sentence, careful with me. Outside the traffic moves without a sound. Inside we let our eyes stay down. No dramatic endings, no slam doors. It's the kind of love that stays seated, doesn't stand to leave, doesn't beg for mercy, doesn't ask you to believe. It waits across the table with nowhere else to go. The kind of love that stays seated and lets you know. We don't touch the subject, we don't raise our tone. We've both grown used to being alone, together in a quiet way that doesn't interfere. Close enough for comfort, but careful not too near. Your hand moves slightly, then retreats, like it remembers old defeats. It's the kind of love that stays seated long after the check is paid, not burning like a wildfire, not quickly made. It lingers in the posture, in how we breathe. The kind of love that stays seated and doesn't leave. Maybe this is mercy, maybe this is grace. Two people sharing a familiar space. No accusations, no applause, just quiet understanding without a cause. It's the kind of love that stays seated through the night, not demanding resolution, not demanding fight. It rests inside the ordinary, slow and completed. The kind of love that stays seated. It's 3:17. The room is blue, only the monitor lighting you. The world outside is somewhere far. I'm here with who we are. No one calling, no one near, just the hum inside my ears. A steady rhythm, calm and low, like somewhere safe to go. 3:17. Don't let it end, this fragile calm.
we're living in 317. The night is thin and I can hear myself again. Maybe morning will be loud, but not right now, not right now. Stay in the glow of softened light. Let the dark hold tight. 317. Don't let it end. It's 317. The room is blue. Only the monitor lighting you. The world outside is somewhere far. I'm here with who we are. No one calling, no one near. Just a hum inside my ears. A steady rhythm, calm and low, like somewhere safe to go. 317, don't let it end. This fragile calm we're living in. 317, the night is thin and I can hear myself again. Maybe morning will be loud, but not right now, not right now. Stay in the glow of softened light. Let the dark hold tight. 317, don't let it end. This fragile calm we're living in. 317, the night is thin and I can hear myself again.
Neon lights across the glass in broken colored lines. Your reflection overlaps with parts of mine. The elevator hums below like it always does. Another night suspended between was and was. Your jacket on my shoulder feels heavier tonight. Not from weight, but from light. You say you'll call tomorrow, like you did before. I nod as if I'm sure. No anger, no tears, just the echo of years. In the city window, soft reflection, two outlines, no direction. We don't shatter, we don't bend, just hover near and almost end. Your fingers trace the skyline through the air, naming buildings that aren't there. We talk about departures like they're trains, arriving without pain. The glass grows colder underneath my hand. I watch our shapes misunderstand. City window, soft reflection, no confession, no protection, just the quiet of what we know. Standing close but letting go. If it were weaker, we'd mistake. But it survives in this thin space where neither of us loses face. City window, soft reflection, not rejection, not correction, just two silhouettes in slow suspension. I lower the needle carefully, like it might bruise. The record spins in patient circles, with nothing left to prove. Dust moves in the lamplight, slow and gold. This apartment keeps its stories low and old. Your laughter used to echo from this floor. Now the silence knows the shape of the door. No streaming, no skip, just fingertip. There's static between the grooves, soft and thin, not loud enough to cover where we've been. Every crackle sounds like something we couldn't say. Static between the grooves won't fade away. Side A holds the winter we first stayed in. Side B carries summer within her skin. I remember how you leaned against my shoulder blade while the trumpet in the corner quietly played. We didn't dance dramatically, we barely moved, just swayed in small degrees, half removed. Static between the grooves, warmer than regret, not sharp like breaking, just unmet. The song continues forward even when we don't keeps the surface noise, it doesn't clean it out. It lets the imperfections circle round and round. Maybe that's why I still play it instead of something new, because the crackle sounds like memory, and memory sounds like you. If I lift the needle now, it will end, but endings feel too sudden to defend. So I let it spin another time through worn out lines where love was never shouted, just defined. There's static between the grooves, gentle and low, not asking me to let you go. The record keeps revolving in the dim lit room, static between the grooves, still in bloom. The room is dark except the screen, a pale impatient glow. I tell myself I'm not awake, but I already know. The curtains barely move at all, the city settled in. My phone lights up the ceiling like a quiet kind of sin. I place it face down on the desk, as if that makes it fair, as if not seeing your name means you're not there. I didn't mean to text that late, it wasn't even deep, just something small I almost sent before I tried to sleep. The typing dots appeared and stopped 3 times in a row. I watched them like a heartbeat, too careful to show. The silence after digital is louder than a call. A single name in white and blue can shake the wall. No ringing, no sound, just light on the ground. Your name and mine, notification soft against the dark. Not a cry, not a storm, just a spark. It isn't what you said, it's knowing that you tried. Your name and mine, notification stays inside. I open it and read again. The message wasn't long to start. You still awake tonight? Nothing strong, but every word feels heavier past what it implies. Some sentences don't shout at all, they just revise. I start to type, I'm doing fine, then let it fade. Delete the parts that feel too brave. The ceiling fan keeps turning slow like time is undecided. I rest the phone upon my chest, half relieved, divided. I don't need a paragraph, I don't need a plan, just proof that in your quiet room you think of who I am. The screen goes dim between my hands, but I don't move. Waiting is a kind of truth we never prove. Your name in my notifications, gentle and small, no punctuation. After all, just a glow across the sheets at 2:17. Your name in my notifications, where we've been. If this were years ago, we would have called, heard the breath, heard the fall. But now we measure closeness in seconds seen, and thoughts that flicker on the screen. We don't confess, we don't retreat, we meet in blue lit, incomplete. No promises attached, no demand, just your name inside my hand. Your